I'm Miss Haley, the youth librarian here at Rudisill Regional Library, where the Jeanne B. Goodwin Storytelling Festival usually takes place. This event is being held virtually this year due to concerns with COVID-19. But that doesn't mean you can't check out the beautiful artwork that makes up the walls of the Jeanne B. Goodwin Storytime Room. Mrs. Jeanne B. Goodwin was an educator and literacy advocate. When she was 100 years old, her family and community donated funds for the new Jeanne B. Goodwin Storytime Room in her honor. When you walk into the room, you are immediately immersed into a beautiful and fun sea-themed atmosphere. Painted by local artists, this room has been a magical place for kids to come and listen to stories for the last 15 years. Mrs. Goodwin understood how storytelling and the visual experience work to build a vivid imagination, and this room definitely can help with that. Just imagine you're in the ocean and you look up and see a whale swimming over you. Or you see a couple of fish just hanging out and swim over to join them. What are they talking about? For 41 years, until her retirement in 1968, Mrs. Goodwin taught in 4 different area school districts advocating for Black students throughout. One of those school districts was a town called Alzuma that doesn't even exist anymore. A saying she lived by was, "Service is the price we pay for our room and board on earth," and she showed this through her dedication to her community and the children in it. To learn more about Mrs. Jeanne B. Goodwin, visit Rudisill Library and pick up a brochure about her legacy. Rudisill Library and her family continues to honor her by supporting the annual Jeanne B. Goodwin Storytelling Festival around her July 6th birthday every year. Main artist Deborah Bettinger and helpers Jessica Evans, Russell Sellers, and Crystal Castillo are the ones responsible for creating this beautiful Jeanne B. Goodwin Storytime Room.
Hi, I'm Regina Goodwin, granddaughter of Jeanne Goodwin. And some of the memories that I have are, one, that she was always very supportive and very loving, and she had a quiet voice. There would be times, though, if you got in trouble, as everyone has said, she would send you to the quiet room so you could think about your behavior, so you might act better next time. But in the meantime, we literally had books all the way to the ceiling in that room, and you could just read about anything. She certainly helped us. When we go to visit her, church was very important. And if we go out on a Saturday, on Sunday morning, if we didn't bring church clothes, we were going to church in our shorts and tennis shoes and our tank top, whatever we had on, because grandmother always let us know that when you're going to worship God, God doesn't care what you're wearing. He just wants you to be there and do the right thing. So I remember that, spending time with her at her house, and also love the fact that she had the best pound cake in the world. And I love pound cake to this day because my grandmother made it so well. She also, I think I had the best cherry pie at her house. And I remember those moments. She had a little bitty tree called a kumquat tree, and little bitty oranges. They looked like little bitty oranges. And I remember being able to go and eat that fruit. And it was just so good. And it was very special because I'd never seen a little tree like that. And also, she was so good to so many people that for all the children that have been to a park before, there was a park named after Jeanne B. Goodwin, and it was right there near her home, and we could run down to the park from the house. So we had a good time just playing in that park. So if you know how to seesaw or get on a swing, there was a park named after Jeanne B. Goodwin. And we loved inside the home, we could play games, and they were games that would help you learn. So we played Scrabble, and that's just a word game where you spell words out. So if you know how to spell cat, C-A-T, or dog, D-O-G, you might be pretty good at Scrabble. And I could never, ever beat my grandmother in Scrabble. Never. Even when I got into college, I still couldn't beat her. Just not going to happen. I came one time within 1 point. and still wasn't able to get a victory. Also, I will tell you this, that they always talk about understanding who you are and being of service to others. Be kind to people, give of yourself and serve others. So you, all children can do that even now. If somehow you can help someone, it's not about being selfish. She once had given all of the grandchildren $86, each grandchild. So that was on her 86th birthday. And I was so happy when I got this $86 in my hand. And we had it in our hands for just a hot second. And then our grandmother said to us, now, I want you to take that $86 and I want you to think of someone who needs that money more than you do. And at that time, I couldn't think of anybody that needed it more than I did, because I was in college and I didn't have a lot of money. But so after my feelings were hurt that I was not going to be able to keep the money, absolutely, I thought of other folks that could be helped with that money. And that was a lesson for all of us. And when she gave us that money and told us to help someone with it, she told us the lesson was, it's not what a man has, but what a man is that matters most. So are you caring? Are you loving? Will you take the time to just stop out of your busy day and help somebody else? Those are the lessons that we learned. And you go into our house, it was just, you could just feel the peace in our house, because she was very quiet, soft-spoken, but she could also get a lot done. She was a woman of action. She could do quite a bit just from her telephone and calling folks up. So we all know that grandmother would often say, service is the rent we pay for a room and board on earth. And just to break that down, that just basically says, if you're going to be here and if you got a little time on this earth, the best thing that we can do is to serve others. So that's who grandmother was. Reading was very, very important. And she always talked about how she wanted children from the cradle to college to learn and to be educated. So learn, read all the books that you have there in the library. You'll learn all about the world. And through reading, you're going to help yourself a lot. And so reading is very important, and be kind to others and show other folks love. And that's who our grandmother was. And I'll leave you with that. Bye.
Hi, my name is Jenny Dones. I am the second born granddaughter of Jeanne B. Goodwin, and I am here to share one of the many stories that I'd like to tell you about her and how she helped me to see some things differently as I was moving through life. I was with her. I live in Michigan, and so as I got older, I didn't get to spend as much time with her, but I was down visiting her at one point, and we were talking about some of the accomplishments that her kids, my aunts and uncles, had made for their lives and for the lives of others in terms of things they were doing. And I said, Graham, aren't you proud of your kids? They've done such great things. And she just turned to me and said, no. And I was shocked, I was taken aback, and I couldn't figure out what that was about. But then she just said, I'm not proud, I'm grateful. And that hit me. And she went on to say that she was always praying that her children would be contributors in community and helpful and honest with others. And for that, she was grateful. And that for her, because of her faith, pride was something that was a lack of humility. And that when we lack humility, we can sometimes get caught up in our own egos. And she just wanted to always know that it didn't have to be this way. It was that they worked hard and they stayed together with each other and supporting each other. So things were happening that were beneficial. And what that means for me, and I think why I like sharing this story, not just with you guys, but I share it a lot, is that there's always moments in our lives when we can feel down and not feel hopeful, but there's always something to be grateful for. And so because of her, I have a gratitude alarm. Every day at noon, it goes off, and it's just a subtle reminder for me to look around and acknowledge something that is really great, that is really happening, that I don't have to dwell on the negative. It also keeps me in a focus other than myself. It helps me to recognize that I can be of help to others, and no matter what's going on in my life. And so Grandma was good at helping us recognize that we, one, have lots to be grateful for. We will continue to reap the benefits of things that are positive when we show that gratitude, and that we can always be of help to others and be of service to others. And for that, we should be grateful. So I hope that you'll take away something and look around you and see what you can be grateful for, that you will use that gratitude to help others, and that you will then have the impact on the world that we know you all can. So thanks for supporting the library and the Jeanne B. Goodwin Reading Room. It is something that was very dear to her heart, and something that we are hopeful in terms of its impact on you. So in gratitude, thank you for listening to me for these few minutes. I appreciate it.